I did my field placement at East High School with Miss Rebecca Richardson in her ELL class. Miss Richardson is a really great teacher and a really great educator. She is knowledgeable about her students. She understands their backgrounds. She uses a lot of culturally relevant pedagogy. Just like in the article by Gloria Lassonde Billings called But That's Just Good Teaching, Miss Richardson really views herself and views her students in a way that creates a culture in the classroom of acceptance and of safety as well. Just like the belayer in this picture, Miss Richardson is there to support and encourage her students. The students do the work in the classroom. She does not spoon feed them, even though sometimes when teaching English language learner students, it is a lot easier to just spoon feed them the answers. Her students trust her, and she really embraces each of their different cultures and identities. Just like the belayer in the picture, Miss Richardson is there to help her students back up when they fall. This image represents the students in the class. Each student in that class has a different background and a different story that they bring with them to school. Those differences are shown with the different color of strands in this rope. As I worked with the students and observed them, I could see a definite separation of students socially based on their native language and their native country. This reminded me of an article that we read for class by Rubin, which discussed grouping in detracted classrooms and the students, their views on each other, their views on the other students, as well as stereotypes that are present among the students socially. Miss Richardson used a lot of partner work and a lot of group work, and that kind of dispelled the social groups a little bit. But each, just kind of like the rope represents, each student is different, but together they can combine and make something that is a lot stronger and make that community in the classroom a better learning environment, and each student plays a special role in that. The image of this mirror represents Miss Richardson's focus on identity in the classroom regarding her students. In several of the readings that we did, it was discussed how students felt like their identity was taken away by their teachers because they were culturally different or they were their language was different. However, Miss Richardson really celebrated the diversity of her students and encouraged them to talk about their past, to use their native language in class if they needed to, and we did a lot of activities that help students to really think about who they are as a person. Miss Richardson always used their names. She didn't call them different names because their names were simply hard to pronounce. The mirror represents the reflection that students got to do upon themselves, and how they fit into the school, the classroom, and the world culturally, and how they identify as a person. An observation I made while in the classroom is that the teacher, Miss Richardson, is white, and every single student in that class is not white. I was reminded of a reading that we did in class by Picower called The Unexamined Whiteness of Teaching. This article discusses how teachers who are white cannot be good teachers, effective teachers to students of color, because they do not understand their life experiences, and the different things that they have gone through, the things that they experience, such as prejudice, because that white teacher has never experienced those things before. Something that was interesting that Miss Richardson would do is that she referred to herself as an immigrant because she moved to the United States from Sweden when she was a young girl. This life experience that she had allowed her to connect with a lot of her students on a different level because she has experienced something similar to them. While not every teacher has had that same experience, it still is possible to be an effective teacher to a culturally diverse classroom when you are white, because of classes like this multicultural ed class. Being informed and playing your part in the community can really help you to become an effective teacher to students of all races, cultures, and identities as well.